And without further ado, let's get started making some art. So I've got a few things here. Sorry if you can hear my cat. Oh no. So to make my rose, I need a long stick. You can use a popsicle stick, you can use a stick you found outside, or a skewer stick, anything will work. Or you can skip the stick entirely, it's up to you. I have a few markers here that you can use to color on your rose after you're finished with it. That's another optional part. And then you're going to need a circle shape. So I like to use like a cap of a pill bottle or a glue stick bottle. Those work fine, they're about the right size. I'm going to use just the cap off of my Advil container here. And then I've got my Model Magic. Just gonna open it up. So I'm deciding to go for a little bit of a red rose. I'm just going to work it in my hands for a second to get it all warmed up so it's not sticky. And then you can do this part with a rolling pin, but I found out the hard way that Model Magic sticks to my rolling pin. So your fingers will work just fine too. So you're going to try to get your Model Magic as flat as you can get it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just get it flat and even, and try not to poke any holes through it. That's important. So I'm just gonna smooth it out, get it as flat and thin as I can get it without poking through like that. If that happens, you can just fold it back together and keep squishing. Now I have a nice big slab of Model Magic and I can move on to my next step. So I'm going to take the cap of this little bottle here and I'm just going to press it down onto the Model Magic, just like this. So you see it makes a circle shape. It doesn't have to go all the way through. Poke all of your circles first. So I'm going to go through and poke as many circles as I can. I can't do another one over here, but if I smoosh out my Model Magic a little bit, I can make it stretch. Perfect. So keep poking your circles in. I like to say about 10, but just do as many as you can fit right now. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm just going to peel, take off all of the extra. So get rid of all of the stuff that you don't want to keep. So I'm just gonna go around, take off all of the extra, and put my circles aside over here. So this is just like when you make cookies at home. Just carefully pull out all of the edges, put the rest of them aside. And your circles don't have to be perfect, they're going to get rolled up. And flower petals aren't perfect shapes anyway, they're all different. Alright, so I've got some flower petals here. I'm just going to take the rest of my Model Magic, squish it together. Do the same steps. So squish it out flat. As flat and thin as you can get it without poking through. And again, you can use a rolling pin if you have one, but be careful that your Model Magic does not stick to it. If it does, you can just use your fingers. Another thing you can do with the Model Magic is if you have some scented oils or perfume, you can actually scent the rose. So I dropped a few drops of honeysuckle oil in this one, and it smells like flowers. And then I think I can make one more circle with this guy, so I'll do that real quick. Perfect. So now I have my circles. I've got about 10. Now you're just going to pick one of them and roll it up. And this will be the very, very middle of your rose. So if you look, it's this part there that sticks right up in the middle. So then you can go around, add on a petal, and curl it up. So it adds an extra layer onto a rose. I love making these rose sculptures, or really any flower sculpture, because fresh flowers are awesome, but they don't last very long. But these last forever. So I'm going to keep on adding. I'm just going around. Wherever a petal stops, that's where I like to add another. So that one ended here. I'll put this one starting over here. Whoop. And then my last petal, let's put it right here. Okay, so that is my rose. You could even say, split it half and half. If I wanted to make a purple rose, I could take some blue Model Magic and some red Model Magic, mix it together and get a purple rose. Or I could make a marbled rose. I could even add little drawings and details on it afterward. So when you look at the bottom, that doesn't look too pretty, right? So my favorite trick to kind of even out the bottom of your flower, take it in your hand and just gently roll it around back and forth a little bit. And you can always kind of tap it on your table or a flat surface and pinch the bottom. So the bottom of your flower gets a very pretty, smooth, rose-like kind of effect. So the next step is just going to be taking that stick. I'm just using a plain skewer stick and just push it through. And there you go. You can add leaves, you can add different things. My favorite thing to do is to put a little poem or a message on the stick itself for them to unwrap like a little card. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe day.